Is it streaming? Is it on? Because we were well into it. Hello everybody!
Welcome back to another episode of HLJ Live. We had some technical difficulties, but not even the oceans of Poseidon himself or technical difficulties could stop us from bringing you this kit building today. We were in progress, but we didn't realize that the feed had not started. And so what is happening right now is you see us, we were like a few minutes into the build and then we realized that we weren't streaming. And so thank you everyone who is currently joining us today. Thank you Ragnarok. Thank you Morningstar.
Thank you
Mary Rose.
Danshikan.
Thank you J Hair Escribus.
I know Ken.
Yes, we are ready to get back into it. But just because we started and we were not actually streaming, I'll give us all a bit of context before we dive back in. So we are building today the ARCANADEA Sophiera kit by Kotobukiya. And this is a really fun original fantasy kit series by Kotobukiya.
Yes.
And last time on the stream, Georgia actually built her very first model kit. They built a Choipler Evangelion. And so today we're upgrading a little bit. We're going to be building something brand new, different, and a little bit more challenging, a lot more parts, a lot more runners.
Yeah.
So we want you to join us on that building journey today.
Yes.
And thank you for doing so. All 26 of you. It's good to see you.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for waiting whilst we were undergoing both technical difficulties and complex negotiations regarding the stream time.
We are going to get right back into it.
Yep.
And we're going to open up the box, which is damaged from the rain.
Raining this morning. It was an absolute odyssey coming in this morning.
You see this box damage?
Look at how smushed
we acquired this on the journey.
Because we cycled in the rain.
But we did it for you.
We did do it for you. And so my hair is frizzy, like my clothes are damp, my spirit is crushed, but we're powering on. So this is Sophiera from Kotobukiya's ARCANADEA collection. This is one from Adam's collection.
Yes.
I collect the angel type deers. He has the demon types, and then we combined together. So yeah, this is Sophiera. She has like this lovely illustration by Nekomi, who's one of my favorite kit illustrators. I absolutely love her artwork so much. So we are in for a treat today. And last time I spoke for like 5 minutes about the story and the character and all that stuff, but I just want to get into it.
Yes.
So,
all right. We were a few steps in, so we're going to resume where we were at in the build.
Yeah.
And as Ragnarok says, good thing Plamo are waterproof. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
So yeah, we're gonna get back to where we were, and so we'll just quickly
unpack this
again.
I am devastated. I think I thought that I really crushed the intro the first time round.
Yes.
And this time it's just
take out all the runners.
Yeah. I'm looking for runner B.
Runner B.
Which maybe it's this one. No, that's J. Yeah, so if you are interested in anything from this range, I highly recommend picking them up as soon as you see them either in stock or on pre-order, because these sell out crazy fast. One of the other ARCANADEA kits, the Lumatia one, it took me 3 reissues before I was able to get it, and I work at HLJ. So.
Right. So we were saying this on the stream that started, but this is actually a kit that I purchased, and I thought it'd be fun to build on the stream. And like I said, this is a bit more complicated than the Choipler that we built last time. And so we're going to see how Georgia tackles it.
Expertly. They've
handed me the files for sanding, so occasionally I'm going to help with the sanding. But apart from that, Georgia's just going to progress as far as we can today. And bearing in mind, of course, we had some technical difficulties. We definitely won't finish it in this stream, but we will be able to continue it into the next stream. Will Zane says, yeah, it's a rat race to get those ARCANADEA kits. It is indeed. They sell out really fast.
Danshikan says, post a link. Would you mind posting a link
to
the ARCANADEA kits? Yeah. I'm stopping for nothing, sorry.
No problem. So actually we have a few different Arcanadia kits still in stock. We've got Velretta, and we've got Yukumo, and we've got one called Charmed.
Oh yes, Charmed is the fox girly. Yeah, these just came in really recently, so we still have a few that have escaped demand. So if you're interested, I highly recommend picking those up as soon as possible because they really do go crazy fast.
Will Zhang says, the moment I see an announcement for those kits, I start stalking the site around 11 EST in hopes that I don't mix it.
You are
That's the right
sensible,
move, Will. That's the right thing to do.
What kits do you have, Will? What Arcanadia girlies have you got? I have...
Will, what Arcanadia kits do you have?
I just asked that question. I think we're all just our brains are a bit fried because we were really so in the zone. We were
like in the zone, and now we're like the zone. Did you drop a piece?
Yes. Thank you.
Try to remember to keep on your mark visually so that people can see the build in progress.
Making some ears. I'm sorry, I'm locked in.
Okay.
I'm locked in. Now where the hell does that go?
Will Zhang says, only the one you're building and Lumitia or whatever.
Ah!
I gifted the horse one to my friend who missed it. Interesting. So the horse one, that's like a centaur, right?
Yes, that has a different
I'm a big fan of the fantasy designs that they have for the Arcanadia series, which is why we're building them together today.
Yeah, I would say that above literally everything else, I'm more of a fantasy girly than I am like a sci-fi girly.
Yeah.
Sorry for the pause. The instructions threw me for a second there. D, that's what I need. D.
So we're here today, of course, primarily to share with you all the joy of building a Bishojo Plano kit like this. So if you have any particular kits that you'd like to see us highlight or build here on the stream, of course, we would be happy to take your suggestion.
Yes, absolutely. When it comes to this particular range, we have quite a lot of it, just in our personal collections. But we have, I mean, Adam, you've got a couple of Gundam and things like that. You've got a few robots. D14, okay. This is easily the hardest part, is like trying to find the thing, I think.
Sophia is in my backlog, says Morningstar. Well, thank you.
Yeah, Morningstar.
Morningstar, why is it in your backlog? Why have you not built it yet?
Why aren't you building it right now?
Why aren't you building it with us right now on stream?
Please sound, thank you.
You want me to sound this one?
Please.
I don't know if this one even needs to be sounded.
It does on the sides. It's a little
small nub.
Yeah, I will not be allowing even the smallest of nubs on my flawlessly completed Sophiera build.
I see.
I'm so locked in I actually have a coffee today. I never do that, but I feel like I needed one just to make sure that I could hyper-focus. It says 7-Eleven on it, but it's not actually 7-Eleven.
Are you sure it's not? I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not. I can guarantee you it's not.
Alright.
Because it was 7-Eleven. And then I drank that this morning. And then I was like, you know what? I think I need to do it again.
Interesting.
So then I used a sachet.
A sachet?
Of my own personal coffee collection.
Wow.
And I reused the cup, reduce, reuse, recycle, etc.
Wow.
Like if there's one thing about me, it's I care about the environment.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is why I'm building a plastic model kit.
Yeah. Famously excellent for the environment.
Yeah.
Mary Rose says, my first kit from Kotobukiya is Azra Ninetail. Should I buy an Arcanadia next?
Yes, Mary! Then we can be Arcanadia buddies.
Certainly should. You certainly should.
The man there is hyper focused during the sanding.
Hyper focused during the sanding.
Hell yeah, he's locked in. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
I feel like the head still has a bit too much of a knob. Sorry. Can you smooth that little bit out?
This part here?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks. Now what else have we got? What the hell is that? Okay. What the hell? Okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. It's like a little knobbly thing.
Is it part of their neck, maybe?
I don't know.
Like the ball joint for the posability.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
A1 and A2. There's 2 of those. Does that mean you need to do both of them? Probably. Yeah. Yeah, I really love these kits. I absolutely love the design on them. In our take 1 of the stream, I was saying how...
says, what exactly is getting sanded? There's a small nub at the edge of the hairpiece here, Cho, that needs a bit of attention, so to speak.
I missed it the first time. Sorry, everyone. Because my cutting is a bit... How do I put this? Over enthusiastic.
Yeah.
So what I'm handing to poor Adam, it's not.
Will Zhang says, "What the hell is that?" That's my reaction every time I work on some of these kits. It's an interesting reaction, though.
All right, I'm glad it's not just me then,
Yeah.
because like, seriously, what the hell is this? You can't even see it. You can't even see it on the screen. Where did I put it? Over here. Yes. And last time I was a bit heavy-handed with the sanding. It's getting a little too excited.
So those in the chat right now, there's 39 of you, which might be a higher amount than we've ever had on one of these streams.
Suddenly I feel shy. This was a bad day to get rained on.
You know, what would you like to see on these streams? When would you like us to stream? I'm interested to know. Both of those questions, you know, those are different questions, but I'd like to know the answer to both. What would you like to see, and when would you like to see it? Because, you know, timing-wise, obviously there's only certain times during the day we can do it, Japan time. But maybe for you guys over in the US or in Europe, you might have a better preferred time for us to start. So if you do have a particular preference, let us know in the chat. But also, actually, I'll be sending out some kind of survey for stream viewers sometime soon to ask about what kinds of things you would like to see. And that includes the content as well. So right now we're building, and some of you seem to enjoy that. Of course, we've done figure unboxings and such as well. But we want to keep the content varied and fun and exciting for you guys. So please let us know. Did you drop another piece?
Nope.
No.
I found it.
Then we're all good.
No, I mean I didn't find it because I didn't need to find it because I never dropped it. Yeah, that's what has occurred here.
So yes, like I was saying, ARCANADEA kits are available on HLJ.com right now.
Yes.
So if you're having a fun time watching us build one, and we are only a few steps in, bearing in mind, maybe you want some of that fun yourself, and so you can head over to HLJ.com and acquire kits. I do want to see Frame Arms Girl Grande scale. I almost bought one last month, but I have no more spaces, so couldn't get it. That's unfortunate.
We were talking about doing a Frame Arms Girl.
We had an internal discussion about what kind of thing would be fun to build for people on stream.
I need to borrow your dexterity to put these two pieces together.
Sure.
My little stubby little ham hands cannot handle that. It's just like...
Are you sure it wasn't for a coffee break?
I would say that's a more opportunistic
difficult
coffee break as opposed to...
This is a tiny little...
Right! It's a thing, right? I don't know what this is. Like, I have no idea. Cho says they're also interested in seeing those grand scale frame arms. Okay.
Yes. Christian says tariffs? Question mark. If you use EMS, then no.
Yeah,
If
well,
you use EMS shipping, you probably won't receive a tariff.
Probably.
Your stuff is really expensive.
For legal reasons, we cannot guarantee.
We cannot guarantee.
But so far, I don't know anyone who's had it.
Morningstar says we need the sanding sound effects.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
need to go.
We'll make the effects next time we sand.
A3.
A3.
One of my least favourite paper sizes, I have to say. I haven't got any time for an A3.
You don't like the A3 paper size, but it's so useful.
What can be achieved with A3 that can't be achieved better?
Presentation.
And you're not using an A2 for that?
I mean, I guess not. Nerd on the internet says I use tweezers for tiny parts.
You know what? I have tweezers in my bag.
Do we have tweezers?
I have them in my bag, which is like in that room. I just didn't bring them out. This was a self-inflicted suffering.
But that's a good point. Nerd on the internet. We should prepare some tweezers for next time.
Can you sand, please?
Sure.
Thank you. I feel.
Does this one even require sand?
Yes, you can look for the tiny little knobbles.
Well, of course. You can also cut those off with the knife if it's a particularly large nubbins.
Nubbins?
Yeah.
Like the character from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I was thinking of that video where that guy says
down to straight nubbins. Yeah.
Will Zane says, streams around this time is cool for me since it is the gap between I need something to do while I dread the next workday and time to sleep so I can dread the next workday. Interesting.
Oh no.
Interesting time delineation there, Will. I think we're good on this
cool.
one.
We can exchange.
Maybe. Yeah. There you go. People requested that I make the sound, so.
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
That's the sound you made, right?
Yeah.
Horror movie enthusiast? Question mark. Cho View says. I guess because you were talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's because nubbins is it's a pull. You know what I mean? Like people don't really know nubbins off the top of their head.
Right.
See, that's a hard one to answer.
That's a hard one to answer.
Because we are, like, I would say, more into horror movies maybe than the average person. But I also have, like, the fear tolerance of, like, a small child. So, like, I have a few horror films or horror stories that I love or horror games that I love, and then some that I just will not touch with a 10-foot pole. And that is firm. Yeah. That is firm. Like, I will not watch a Saw movie. I don't care what anybody says. I will not do it. I don't know if I can say this word on stream. Do you know what word I'm thinking of?
No, no idea.
like torture. Honya.
I see.
You know the word I mean.
Maybe let's just avoid it.
Okay. But some of my favorite characters are like more, I would say we both really like more like traditional horror stuff. Like Dracula's your favorite book, right?
Absolutely.
And one of my favorite books is The Invisible
Ragnarok
Man.
says gore, question mark. I don't know what you mean by that, Ragnarok.
Yeah, the words I was looking for.
Will Zhang says snuff films,
I mean, I'm going to say hard no on snuff films.
Let's not get demonetized here.
We're not monetized.
It's true, I don't know if we're monetized.
We are not monetized. Yeah, really gory stuff I don't like. I don't like anything that's really gory.
So far we've made good progress on the head, is that what we would say?
Yes, there's a bit of a nub here.
Nerd on the internet says, and chat gets taken offline. It's a genuine
Let's
risk.
talk about snuff films.
Probably shouldn't.
I mean, unfortunately, I've been set off now.
I meant that as sniffles, not that type.
Oh, I'm sorry, Will.
Says.
I also don't like watching films about people sniffling.
Anyone is talking about anymore.
It's because you were too locked into the sanding.
Well, yeah.
Okay, once again, I require your dexterous hands. Thank you.
What part am I applying to
the
There's so many possibilities here. That didn't help at all.
And yet I can see you figuring it out, so...
No, where is this meant to go?
The way around.
Other way
There's
around.
like a little hole.
There's a hole?
There. There's like a square hole.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Interesting.
A14. Yeah, now that we've started talking about horror, unfortunately you have activated my trap card, which is my obsession with 1933's The Invisible Man.
What?
That's my favourite like horror adjacent movie. I love
Eon
it.
FLX says, hello there, I just bought all my collection through your website. I love you.
Thanks!
Thank you very much, Eon.
What is your collection?
Yeah, please tell us about what that actually is.
Yes, Cho, yes, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, someone understood what I was trying to say. Thank you, Cho. Nerd on the internet says...
I didn't understand because I'm pure of heart and mind.
That's true.
And so, you know.
Nerd on the internet says, do not underestimate the sniffles, go see a doctor now. I would,
Could
but
lower your hand slightly. So
sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm just really locked into 1 billion. Producer has moved to accommodate my rapscallionry. Yeah. Right. This is crazy stuff. It's like
We actually have a Peugeot Plamo expert on the camera today.
Yeah, who is watching me, which is really high pressure, I have to say. Does this have 2 knobbles on it? It does, okay.
It may well do.
Then maybe that goes here after all. No. Does it go here then?
It's a good question.
I feel like I lack the dexterity. Like if I was like a D&D character, I would have a low dex build for sure.
You think so?
Oh yeah. What about you?
If I was a D&D character.
I feel like you'd be like high intelligence build, like a wizard.
Probably a high intelligence build, maybe. I enjoy the charismatic spellcasters, so the high charisma builds, like in terms of what I like to play, right?
Yeah.
Like a bard, or even warlock or paladin, which can use charisma-based spellcasting.
That's it. That's a good.
Eon says, haha, every figure of Ai Hoshino, multiple succubus girls, Nendoroids of Alice and Miku, Evangelion figures, and a lot of keychains. I'll make a reel tomorrow on Instagram to share it with you. Please do.
I loved seeing another Miku fan. You'll know if you've watched any other streams. Georgia loves Miku. Sorry, I'm so like the producer is like going up and down. I'm so sorry. I can't see very well. Alright, I'm going to have to hand this off to you then.
Sure.
To try to get that further in the hole, so to speak.
Please keep your hands in the same location.
Okay, I'm sorry.
For the next part.
Kevin Bacon Invisible Man is quite enjoyable still. Okay, listen. That's a different Invisible Man. I'm talking about Jack Griffin, the OG. That film is good, but it's not Jack. It's not Dr. Griffin. And that's an important distinction to me.
There you go.
Thank you. Now I need to do that again with the other enemies.
FLX says, you are so lovely! Exclamation mark. Thank you, Eon.
Thank you. Adam is lovely. I appreciate HLJ. I love how crisp the boxes are. Everything perfectly lined up. I have to say, our logistics team are wizards.
They do it. They crush it.
They really do. And sometimes, if it's really busy, we'll go in there and help them out. And if you ever want to like suddenly have your self-esteem crushed, that's the best way to do it, because they just run absolute circles around you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll be like, wow, I did loads, I'm so proud of myself, and then I look over and they've like finished 15 boxes in the time it took me to do one. We actually have like an internal ranking system, so I get really competitive and I get really upset if I'm ever in the warehouse and not helping out. But they have such a sixth sense of how to pack the boxes. Like I'll be stood there like as if it's Tetris, like umming and erring over and over again, like wait, how do I do this? I can't figure it out. and then they'll just come over and they'll just be like ka-chow, ka-chow, and I'm like, oh, what kind of wizardry was this? Can you please sand? Thank you. I feel kind of mean just passing stuff off and being like, sand this for me please. Quartz sander. Order placed. What did you order?
Let us know what you ordered.
Yeah, man, what did you get? So Ragnarok, you said you're a thriller enjoyer. What kind of films do you like? What's your favorite film?
They're not going to tell us.
You think he's going to keep it a secret?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't. I think he'll tell us. I feel like over our streams we've formed a strong bond.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, Adam and I, we watched like loads and loads of movies just as like a challenge. We watched like 350 or something.
350?
It was a lot.
I would say so, yeah.
Because I really wanted to get to 365, but we just couldn't quite get there. But we were really, really close. Confound these fiddly pieces. You brought Frame Arms Girls Persona 3 Magatsuki Ninja version. Cool! Very cool indeed. Oh, this is so fiddly. I feel like I feel quite humbled by this process. I was like, yeah, I can do this quickly, easy. And now I'm like, maybe not.
Indeed. I have to update the website, so I may be unavailable for Sunday.
Update the website?
Yes.
During our live stream?
During our live stream, I'm going to update the website. Because there's a sick Spider-Man figure that went up.
A sick Spider-Man figure, you say?
Yeah.
We opened a Spider-Man figure who is now living proudly on our shelf on this stream a couple of months ago, I think it was. It was the Tobey Maguire one.
That's true, actually. But it was the Mafex.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, yeah.
Tell me about this new Spider-Man.
It's a Spider-Punk from Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that is cool.
Hobie?
Hobie, yeah. Ragnarok says, haven't watched many movies lately. Let me think about it. Take your time. I'll be here a while, I think.
Frame Arms Girl P3 Magatsuki Ninja version. Can't resist P3. Oh, that's what they ordered.
Yes.
Nice. Nerd on the internet says, even Spider-Man has the sniffles now. Hell yeah.
Have you updated the website yet?
I'm
this is
in the
too
middle of
fiddly for me.
updating it right now. It's going to take a while, sorry.
斉藤さん、すいません、助けてください。これは小さすぎる。トントントン。難しい。
We're consulting our cameraman to assist with the production. We're going to get a live feed shot.
Everybody say hello to the cameraman. He's getting tools out. I knew this was hard. Oh no, I've been busted having a coffee again.
So, our faithful cameraman.
He's mad, yeah, he's mad at me.
He's figuring it out. He's the expert, so.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the team behind the live streams have many years of experience with model kits in like a professional setting. I'm not sure how much they'd like us to say about them, so I won't overshare. But they really know their stuff. It's very humbling. ありがとうございます。失礼しました。できた。Thank you. He did it. Look at that.
Saito saved us.
Minasan wa Saito-san, hello と言った。Yes. Yes, look at that. That is so clearly ahead. Nothing could... Is that the right way around? Oh, no.
I think so.
Oh no, are you sure? I don't
I'm not
think it
sure.
is. All of a sudden my confidence... Wait. It doesn't look... Hold on. Let's do the other way around. Let's see how it looks the other way around. Live from Japan. Yes, we are live from Japan indeed.
That is, in fact, where we are live from.
What? Okay, that doesn't look right either. You know what? I'm just gonna commit one way or the other, and I feel like this will be easy to change later if we need to.
I think so.
It's fine. Sorry, I was reassuring myself.
Remember when you said you could build the whole kit in less than an hour?
Okay, well, first of all,
Just throw it
so
out.
I did say that, it's true. I did, and then I delayed the stream because I was arguing about how I would definitely be able to finish this kit in an hour. And I feel like, you know, it's been 25 minutes and she already has a head, and I think the rest of the body is going to be so much easier, is what I think.
I think so too.
Okay, alright, that looks good enough to me. Not sure if that's the right way around, but that is what we're going to go with. Now we're going to need to get A11 and A12. I've already seen those, I know where those girlies are. Here she is. I have to say, I'm definitely going to want to paint this a little bit. Parts fall on the ground, never to be seen again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that happened to us a few streams ago. I dropped something on the ground and I couldn't find it the entire stream, and then we found it afterwards, so it was okay. Greetings from Peru. Hello! I would love to go to Peru. It's one of my bucket list locations. Where did the unfounded confidence stem from? Well. Esteem, self-belief, self-delusion, perhaps. Kind of like a fake it till you make it kind of thing. Mary Rose says Armored Core. Are you an Armored Core collector, Mary? I love your name, by the way. Like the ship. The very famous ship. You know the Mary Rose, Adam?
I'm familiar.
I have never tried an Armored Core Kotobuki kit. This is my second ever kit, and the last one was the tiny little smushy Eva.
The Choipla.
The Choipla, yeah.
Choipla. Yeah, it was fun building the Choipla.
It was fun. I'm sweating a lot more building this one, like in a literal sense. I think this one has really this is really pushing me to my physical limits. But look at that, we have a head. And we didn't have a head 25 minutes ago, so...
Indeed.
Take a breath. Calming down. Okay. Oh, no, I wasn't meant to attach it. Oh no. 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 There we go. It's like nothing ever happened. That is lovely.
No face is scary.
It is scary with no face.
Good point.
Alright, I'm looking for A again. This is A. That's not A. That's not right at all.
Is there not two A's?
Why would there be two? If there's two A's, I'm going to cry. Why would there be
What are
two
you looking
A's?
for? A?
Her horns,
Horns.
which are not white.
They're purple.
Yeah, they're a
Oh,
purpley
right.
colour. But everything on... So I need A8 as well. I'm going to progress. Let's make this into 4 episodes instead. Danshikan, please! Where's everybody's faith in me? Everyone was like, don't worry, you
Find
can
the
do it in
horns,
2 episodes. And now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, let's do it in 4.
Did you find the horns?
I did not find the horns. I found the horns. They're in a completely separate, unlabeled package.
Okay.
Whoopsie daisy. Sorry, everyone. Why not 5? What do you mean, why not 5? No, no.
It's just because they want to extend the joy longer.
Extend the joy. Is that the real reason, guys? So you can make it perfect? Alright, okay. Thank you. I hope this isn't too frustrating to you, Adam. I know you have a bit of...
Oh no, it's okay. I'm
experience too.
currently updating the website.
This is the most chaotic live stream we've ever done.
Definitely, but people seem to be enjoying it. It's also the most viewers we've had in a while.
I forgot for a second I'm on camera and I just recorded myself opening this with
They
nippers.
say, yeah, no stress. Will Zhang says, just fake it till you make it.
Hell yeah, brother, that's what I'm saying. Alright, so this is her head. So how is this going on? So there's a big bit that's going to slip onto the big bit. I can handle that nice and easy, okay. And then we have 8. Whoa, this is fiddly. Ah. I'm causing the cameraman so much stress because I keep lifting it up to my face to like try to focus. That is not going on there. You know what, let's try that. Let's take this apart. Let's try this another way. This is making a squeaking sound I don't love. But it's fine. I didn't realise there'd be so much close-ups. I should have done my nails before we had this episode. Are they facing outwards or backwards? I think backwards feels more natural. Maybe you can watch Final Destination Bloodlines later to de-stress. To de-stress? To de-stress?
They said to de-stress.
Yeah! Bro said to de-stress. Now let me tell you a little something about me, okay? Those movies, the original, the very first like horror movie I ever watched was Final Destination. It was Final Destination 1, and I watched them all back to back over an afternoon with all my school friends. I was definitely too young to watch it, I'll tell you that now. Which I do not advocate for.
You don't advocate for that?
No, they have age ranges for a reason.
Interesting.
Alright, Adam, can you please choose which face you think is the cutest? There is a correct answer, so please choose the cutest one, thank you.
I like the first one, the smiley one.
The smiley one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with the smiley
the
one.
correct answer?
What do you guys think? I kind of like the winky one.
Let the chat choose the face.
Let the chat choose the face? Okay, which one should I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Ragnarok says I can never drive behind a lumber truck after that movie. No, that's what I'm talking about. I can't go in a public swimming pool. I couldn't go to the dentist. I couldn't use a nail gun. I couldn't go on roller coasters, which I still can't do, by the way. That franchise traumatized me. 3, we got 2 votes for 3. All right. And I watched those movies. Thank you. I watched those movies at a sleepover with my friends, with my girlies, and we were all absolutely traumatized, but we were all trying to pretend as if we were not traumatized and as if we were having a perfectly good time. So none of us would admit that we were scared. So we just kept watching them, and we really should not have done that. I'll tell you that now. Cho says not the pool scene. You see, you get it. You understand. You understand the struggle. You understand the trauma. Adam, do you remember the pool scene? We watched those movies together.
I'm familiar.
Oh, just thinking about it. I'm like emoting as I'm getting stressed about this film, and the poor cameraman is like just stressing out, trying to follow me. Could it? Hold on, I've made an error again somewhere.
Have you?
Yes, because now the horns won't click on. Do I need to take a thing off the head? Where's the rest of the heads? They've all got a thing on. Do I need to remove this like little knobble? I'm gonna cut it off. If that wasn't meant to come off. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy.
Was it not sticking together because there was a bit of nub?
Yeah, there was a bit of nub.
I see.
And I wasn't sure if that nub was meant to be there or if it was not meant to be there. So we were talking about nubbins earlier, of course, from the Texas Chainsaw franchise.
Are the horns the right way around? I guess they are, right?
They are now. If they're not, this is the. Well, it says you got to clip the number of the head. Thank you. I was worried for a second. Are you still updating the website?
No.
Great. Because there's some nubbles on her head. Would you mind sanding her, please?
On the head? It's going to be quite hard if the horns are there.
He's getting like, he's having to move all over the place. I keep forgetting that I'm not doing this alone. Okay, B. I'm making everybody work like really hard. I think the stream is going to finish and they're just going to collapse on the ground. You have to, unless I've been building it wrong the past several years. If that's the case, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Say welcome to Kotobukiya.
Welcome to Kotobukiya. Alright, what do I need now? I'm gonna build the chest part. B20.
B20.
Okay. Oh, I see.
I think if we can get the head and the torso done today, that'll be good.
You're gonna kick me out and kick me off the stream.
I'm not going to do anything, but we do have a limited time, unfortunately. They said next challenge will be seam line removal. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
I think I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the unearned confidence into everything that I enter doing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm building her chest now.
Again, if we can do head and torso today, next time we can do legs and everything else, right? Like
yes.
the weaponry.
Is this her titties? Yes, it is. Probably shouldn't have said that on stream, sorry.
Nerd on the internet says, is it just me, or do Kotobukiya kits tend to fall apart on their own over time?
I have to say,
I actually don't know.
I've never heard that. Is that something the rest of you guys have experienced?
I would like to know if it is.
Me too, because like all of my kits are Kotobukiya, so if I need to take some extra
everything
steps
in your backlog.
In my backlog, yeah. As we all know, I've only built one kit, and it was the Choipla.
Nice. There's 34 of you here. Thank you so much, everyone. Nerd on the internet says, I have a Metal Gear Ray that's have bits and pieces fall off on the shelf. That's interesting. That Metal Gear Ray kit is actually one that I really want to build. And the, not just the Ray, but the Rex and the, in fact, they just announced various Death Stranding 2 Kotobukiya kits. There's one that went up yesterday.
Next time I run into somebody from Kotobukiya, I'm going to say, hey, let's make these kits less fiddly. A little bit of feedback. Because I am struggling. Okay, never mind, I got it. Never mind. Ta-da! Okay. I have to take a breath after that. Now, And now I need the... Sorry, Adam, I haven't had many standing to do for a while.
I gotta update the website again.
You gotta update the website again?
I'm sorry.
Very excited for the Death Stranding Magellan ship. Is that how you say it? Magellan? Magellan? Magellan's
Magellan, I
disease?
think so, yeah.
I'm excited for Death Stranding 2, or rather I'm excited to watch Adam play Death Stranding 2. Actually, when we were moving to Japan, we used to live in England, where we come from, and we had put a bunch of our things into storage for a little bit before we moved, and then we went back to it to like figure out where we were going to put things, what we were going to keep, what we were going to sell, that kind of thing. And my father came with us to help sort through some of the items and use his truck to drive things around, which was very helpful. Thank you, Father. And he opened a box and he was like, oh, is it okay if I open this? I was like, yeah. And he opened it and he was like, what the hell is that? And I was like, what is it? And it was the Death Stranding 1 collector's edition, the statue of BB. And obviously he didn't know what Death Stranding was, so he was like, why have you got like a baby lamb? What the hell?
That was
That was a tough one to explain.
Difficult, tricky to explain that one, I think.
Yeah. I don't really think he believed me.
Well, what is the alternative explanation?
Okay. J, I'm gonna need to break into
Ragnarok
J
posted
now.
a nail biting emoji. Giselle says, if you've only primarily built Gunpla, building a Kotobukiya kit makes you realize very quickly how spoiled you are by Bandai power. Koto is very similar to Aoshima, though not nearly as bad as Vault. Interesting.
I have never built a Bandai kit. This is my only...
Morningstar says, yes, Ghost Mech from Death Stranding is an instant pre-order for me. And Cho says, yeah, the life-size baby in a luggage.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the life-size baby. Yeah. I don't think he's ever looked at me the same way since that. J5. It's the easy one. That's probably the weirdest thing we own, I think. Because if you don't know what it is, it's kind of alarming.
You're right.
Morningstar.
It's pretty confusing to explain.
Morningstar says, I need my BB pod.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Aren't we all looking for the BB pod in our hearts?
I'm gonna just stand while you're... Who's your favourite Death Stranding character? Adam and anyone else who has played Death Stranding in the chat.
Big Dead Man fan.
You like Dead Man?
Guillermo del Toro. Although in the new game I'm excited for the puppet guy? Doll Man?
Yeah, he looks kind of spooky. Yeah. I'm so sure these two pieces go together. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
We've got some advanced chest creation going on. Really advanced.
Really advanced. Do not try this at home.
Koto kits say snap build, but I legit recommend bringing out some Mr. Cement thin type to really make them shine.
Oh,
We
okay.
should have brought the cement.
We should have done.
Will HLJ carry Switch games in the future? I cannot confirm nor deny about anything that we will or will not carry in the future.
You made that sound very suspicious.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe.
Cho View says that guy dies every few hours.
Okay. I cannot get this on. I may need to request some aid.
Morningstar says, Dead Man, Higgs is great too, and the best Fragile.
Surely people are excited to see Pakora in Death Stranding 2.
Of course.
Not me!
Of course
That's
we're
not my
excited to see
favourite.
Pakora in Death Stranding 2. Are you kidding me? That's so funny.
Not me.
So funny and fun. Imagine hating Whimsy, everyone.
I don't hate Whimsy, I just would have preferred it if it was my girl Ananis.
Well,
If it was Ananis, I'd be like, yeah, this is amazing. But it's not my favourite, and therefore out of a sense of loyalty I have
Yeah.
to be unhappy with it.
yeah,
Please put those together, because
sure.
it is above
What
my
is it?
skill level.
That I'm putting together.
The chest.
And how I see.
Yep. Ah,
This is tricky.
what the? Beast. Okay, well that's not what B17 looks like. That's because it's J. That's because that's J. That's not B. So I've just... It's fine. I'm sure I've caused no severe long-term damage with that. Okay. B17. Let's go. Let's go.
Fragile like the leg lamp.
No, like the woman. Like the woman.
Do you not remember Leia Sado as Fragile?
Of course.
I'm talking to nerd on the internet. They say I'm fragile, but I'm not that fragile,
Yeah.
or whatever.
I'm fragile, but not that fragile.
I don't. It's something like that, right?
Yeah. It's like, yes, Queen gives absolutely nothing. I have no idea what you're saying, but I'm here for it. B17, B16.
Incredible video game. Really excited for the second one. I have attached the pieces you require.
Thank you.
We've got active chest creation. Morningstar says, who is Pakora? Sorry for my ignorance. We're talking about the HoloLive VTuber who's going to appear in the second Death Stranding game. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
It was a VTuber by HoloLive.
Vintage Weeb says, hello.
Hello, Vintage Weeb. If you are a Vintage Weeb, what's your favourite vintage anime?
Yeah, tell us your favourite vintage anime, Vintage Weeb.
I'm starting to think people who make model kits, like, all the time, you're just like, you have different fingers than I have.
Right.
D.
We're going for D.
Yes. D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D. Here it is.
Giselle says, I'm surprised we're back here for Kojima's weird Mpreg fetish. Well, I don't think we can assume that.
You know what?
Vintage Weeb said Space Battleship Yamato is their favourite anime.
Nice
And
choice.
Project A Co.
Oh, okay. That's a niche one. That's niche.
That's a cool pick. Those are both cool picks,
Yeah.
actually.
What's your favourite vintage anime, Adam? I know the answer. I don't think the crowd does.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Although, whether that counts as vintage or not, I'm not really
I'm
sure.
so sorry to tell you this, but it does.
Well, there we
It's
go
from
then.
like
There we go then.
1998.
I've succeeded in fulfilling the conditions of the question.
You do.
Nerd on the internet says, we use tools instead of fingers. I recommend chopsticks. I'm not sure what we're talking about here now.
How on
I'm
earth?
sorry to say.
Because I said I think people who build figure kits have like model kits. Sorry, have like different fingers than me because this stuff is mad fiddly. And
they're saying use a tool then,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like
They're
some
saying use a
tweezers
tool.
or something.
not that that's helping me. Where the hell is this going? Okay. There's so many... Right, so if that's... See, that doesn't even look like that. Okay, alright. This. Ha! This. So like this. There we go. I hate that Eva counts as vintage because it came out when I was in high school.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Don't. Sometime I heard someone call Oran High School Host Club vintage the other day on TikTok, and I felt myself aged 70 years. Ta-da! Okay.
Will, why would it not be considered vintage?
I think because they were young when it came out,
It's
so
like
it's
30
like
years old
whoa.
now.
Right. Where is C? That's a whole new game. C. B14.
C, B14.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go back to the B for a minute there.
Mm-hmm.
I've already got B14.
There's probably multiple B14s.
You know what? It's because this is D. That's why. That's not a B at all. There's B14. Hey guys, I fear I might not be very good at building model kits. I don't
think
want to.
you've done well so far, but we can
Thank
pick up
you.
the progress next time. You know, we can,
No.
next time we'll speed
No,
up.
I'm not
you
done
know.
yet.
I don't think
There's
you can finish
30.
the rest in like.
There's 34 people here, and they're counting on me. I promise the people I will not let them down.
Nerd on the internet, yes, NG is from the 90s. It was broadcast in 95. So if Neon Genesis is vintage, then I am as well, because that's when I was born.
Golden Boy, Vintage Weeblade's Golden Boy. That's a good one. That's a
When
throwback.
someone says vintage, I'm stuck in the mindset of like Showa, early Heisei. Well, NGE would be Heisei.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Not early Heisei though. Late
of course.
Heisei.
I mean,
I always forget when my birthday is, and the other day I had to call the doctor's office, and I was like, "Hi, can I make an appointment, please?" And she said, "Yeah, of course. What's your name?" And I said, "My name is Georgia." And she said, "And when's your birthday?" And I said, "Reiwa Hachi." And she goes, "Eh? Reiwa Hachi?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was born in Reiwa Hachi." And she just starts absolutely wetting herself with laughter. Like, she just bursts out laughing, and I was like, "What's so funny?" Like, I like nailed that. What's going on? My friends, that is the future. That hasn't happened yet. I meant to say Heisei Hachi. And she was so caught off guard that she like laughed at me for solid 2 minutes and then apologized profusely down the phone.
Giselle, I get your point. I see what you're saying. Will, yes, we are in the Reiwa era.
Where is C? I'm going to need about half of these runners to exist.
So, how much more progress do you think we can get done today? Should we maybe go for another 10 minutes or so? And then we'll have been streaming for just over an hour.
I'll know. Hold on. I'll know when I'm at a point when I'm ready to stop. I think, which is when
Okay.
I'm kicked out of the room. Right now, I'm locked into trying to find C.
Vintage Weeb says, I have the weirdest birthday date, LOL.
Adam, I need your help. I cannot find C.
See?
E. L. E. Again.
And
B. M. L. A.
did we move C up here?
I'm scared.
What parts does C contain?
This stick.
Stick.
Stick looking bit.
Mm-hmm. No C here.
What do you mean there's no C? I found the C.
Oh. bundled with others.
He wanted me to end the stream. He was like, "Oh, there's no C." I found it.
I'm just saying we should end the stream soon.
Christian says, "Link to buy."
We do not have this kit in stock right now, Christian, but we do have other kits in the ARCANADEA series. So I can link you to those if you'd like.
Definitely keep your eye open for when this kit comes back. This series gets reissued kind of regularly, a couple times a year, I feel like. But they really, really do sell out so fast. Earlier in the stream, I was telling everybody about how it took me 3 reissues to get the ARCANADEA Lunatia that I've been wanting for a little while. Who I was going to build today, but then I forgot it.
Captain Harlock is a good one I like, known as Albator for those of a certain generation. Interesting. Interesting.
Alright, this is definitely going to go here, I think. Maybe. Okay, alright, yep. Alright. Now, was this B14 as well? No, that doesn't feel right. No, it was.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes is a long series but worth watching. I agree with that assessment, Ragnarok.
My favourite vintage anime is the original Ranma 1/2.
Really?
Yes.
Is that vintage?
Yes! It's from like the 70s, 80s. Yeah. Oh, the back doesn't look so good. I'm a big Rumiko Takahashi fan in general. Can I borrow your strength to smush those pieces together, please? Thank you. At the back, there's like a hole. And then I need J15.
You want me to sand this, is what you're saying?
No. Can you, like, because there's like a hole.
There's some nubs.
Yeah, can you, yeah, you mean you can handle the nubs as well, if you're okay with the nub handling.
I believe they call this flash.
What other vintage anime do I like? I guess it depends what you're counting as vintage. Probably a lot of the anime I watched as a kid would be considered vintage now. Like, when does vintage start, you guys? When does vintage start? In your opinion?
When does vintage end, I think is the better question.
When does vintage end? Yeah, probably. You're right, actually.
Because like, there's animes from the early 2000s that it's like in my mind that it's at least retro, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was thinking, though, like early 2000s.
Of course, vintage implies that it's older than retro, right?
That feels right. That does feel right.
How did you attach this? It's like straight up.
Brute strength.
I don't feel like it.
No, don't say that to me, no!
No, it's the right combination of parts, of course, but
now I've lost
the seam line
J.
is huge.
I know the seam line is huge. That's what's like why I was hoping you could like brute
Well,
force it.
how did you attach it? Like,
one side at a time, as the instructions told me.
interesting.
I actually followed the instructions, I swear. I didn't just like...
Interesting.
J, there it is. I found it. Laughing Target was my first Rumiko Takahashi anime. Wow, you really do like your vintage anime. I respect it.
Giselle says the rule of retro vintage is 10 years, which makes me die a little to think about. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think that means that pretty much all of my favourite anime is vintage then, using that rule. I think
We've attached it more thoroughly.
Thank you! And you got rid of the nubs. Thank you. One of my favourite, using that framework, one of my favourite vintage anime is Death Note. Big Death Note girly. What tools are you using? Nipper, sands, etc. As in the brands? Or?
The sandpaper we got here, we got some God Hand Tool 400 grit.
This looks like Tamiya.
Sandpaper.
It looks like there's a Tamiya logo on it.
And then, I'm not sure what file this is. Will you get any more Macross DYRL Valkyrie toys? It's a good question. We might do Vintage Wii to answer that. We might do. I cannot make any guarantees, but that's how it is.
Sorry. Oh no. The fumble was caught in 4K.
The fumble was caught in 4K.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
So, I assume we'll wrap this up soon, maybe.
I'll wrap it up when I'm in a slightly better spot.
Escaflowne has a special place in my heart. Amazing soundtrack by Yoko Kanno.
Oh, nice. No! I lost part of it. Okay. Oh god. The fumble was caught in 4K again.
Fumble was caught 4K again.
All that for this.
All that for this?
That's what I've been doing for the past like 25 minutes.
Well, that's, you know,
I came to
good
this
progress, I think.
stream for model kit building and said I'm being informed that I'm grandpa dear old. Well,
no,
aren't we
got
all
both because
will?
we're also model kit building, so
Yeah.
it's like you got both of those things, you know.
D2.
Urotsuki Doji, Legend of the Overfiend. It's an interesting pick. I have not even really heard of that myself. Can you tell me more about it, Vintage Weave?
お月同士
Urotsuki Doji?
You know お月同士
知らない。全然。
知らない面白い
面白い
おー
エロい
Oh! Our producer's recommending
今
us
検
pervy
索して
anime.
いる。おう。なるほど。Well, thank you for the recommendation, Vintage Weave. We appreciate it.
What's your favorite niche anime, Adam? One that like no one's ever heard of?
My favorite niche anime?
Yes.
I don't think I like any niche anime, to be honest.
Wow. Real mainstream enjoyer over
Yeah.
here. I'll tell you what mine
I just
is.
don't have any niche choices, I'm sorry.
Because nobody has ever seen this, and I always recommend it to people. Tokyo Magnitude 8.0.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I always tell people to watch that, and they're always like, I've never heard of it.
Alright.
Hold
Let's
on, I'm locked in. I'm
set an
locked.
end point. You're like midway through the torso, right?
Yes. I was hoping to finish the torso.
So maybe
before
we
I
can
call
finish
it. Yeah.
the torso.
Yes. Look at
Does
how
that include
fiddly
like
that
the top of the arms or just the torso?
was. Look at that. That's a little bow that's going to go on her chest. Never heard of it. You see, nobody has. Nobody's ever heard of it. I watched
Morningstar asks for our top 3 manga.
it. Oof. Okay. That's tough. That's tough. I'm more of a manga enjoyer than I am an anime enjoyer. That's hard. That's really hard. That's really, really, really hard. Right now, I'm to study because my Japanese isn't very good. I'm reading Death Note, so I'm going to put that in there. That was also my first manga, so it's kind of like a double whammy. And I'm also, for like modern manga, I'm really, really enjoying Dungeon Meshi right now. Big fan of that. Very hard to read though. The kanji is, oh boy.
Hokuto no Ken, best manga, they said.
Oh, that's
That's,
that's a good
yeah.
one. Popular.
I saw the anime some time ago, but I've never read the manga.
And then, oof. I'm not sure what it's called in English. Another manga I really like. I think it's like Our Happy Time or something like that. Our Happy Time Together. It's about a man on death row who is an artist. And and it is very good, but it is very depressing.
Yeah.
Very depressing. Everything that author writes is very depressing, to be honest. I do like a manga that makes me cry. I mentioned her already, but if you're into vintage stuff, I really like Rumiko Takahashi's manga. I think she does such a good job with her characterization. Is it more like kids finding their way home, or would it be more like an adventure than an earthquake anime? Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's very down to earth, though. I think if you're somebody who isn't really interested in more serious stories, that's probably not going to be the anime for you. It's much less fantastical in general. I was just very affected by it when I watched it the first time. But it's definitely a bit of a Marmite. It's not going to be for everybody. I saw somebody recommending City Hunter. Now that's an anime with a good aesthetic. Like, Adam, can you get the neck on better than how I've got the neck on? Yeah.
Like the ball joint, you mean?
Yeah, the ball joint.
Doesn't need to go in like super far, does it? Because it's got to be able to move with the piece.
Yeah, but it's got to go like in the right part of the slot. All of Satoshi Kon's movies are great too. Yes, true. I'm a big Makoto Shinkai girly myself. I love the his background illustrations in particular are very, very nice. Speaking of anime movies, I've recently been reading the novel version of Howl's Moving Castle. I've never read that. I was reading that this morning on the bus. It's really good. The halfway point in 8.0 hits hard, especially after the ending. Oh! Yeah! Yeah.
Is that it? I'm not really sure.
Thank you. Yeah, no spoilers, but that's an anime that hurts. It's the kind of one that when you watch it again, oof. Okay, alright.
Should we conclude for today, perhaps?
I want to keep building. We can.
We can attach the head, maybe.
Is it the time to do that? I'm skipping ahead in the instructions. See if it's head time or not. Don't want to get too ahead. Any anime made by Yoshiaki Kawajiri. You do have good taste. It is not head time yet.
No.
Head comes in at this point. I'm only on page 7.
Out of how many?
20.
30.
There's like 20, 30, 32. Okay,
Yeah.
well, this is what I have managed to assemble
We've
today.
got a head, we've got a body, kind of.
We can kind of
We
like,
have
you can sort of pretend.
The chest area.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Are you going to put it all the way on?
No, because it's not head time yet.
I mean, it won't really matter, right?
Man. Okay.
Alright.
The next thing is the bottoms, which are a bit more labor intensive. I'm sad. I want to keep building it, but
Well, we can keep building it next time, and next time we'll finish it.
Would you guys like me to continue building this on camera, or should I finish her off screen?
We can keep building it on camera, I think, right?
Okay.
Next time we can finish up this one, and also maybe we can show some other stuff, like some figures as well. That sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Then,
you.
in that case, we will call it for today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yes.
Ragnarok, Vintage Weeb, Morningstar, Giselle, Nerd on the Internet.
Dan Shikan.
Yeah. So.
Am I reading that right, by the way?
Next time, we'll have another stream with Todd.
Yes, next week.
And then the week after that, we will be back. And we will continue with
this build.
We'll finish it, right? Let's make a pledge to
marathon until we finish.
Everybody who is here right now, come back exactly the same time 2 weeks from now, right?
Yes.
So Wednesday, the 25th of June, and we will pledge to finish it.
We will.
We pledge right now to finish it on that stream.
Kid Robot says, "You in Japan now?" Yes, yes we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, live from Akihabara, Tokyo.
Right. So, yeah.
Yes.
Should we call it that?
I guess we
All right.
must.
We
Ragnarok.
will put this the runners away, and then we will resume the progress in 2 weeks' time.
Looking
and,
forward to seeing you.
Yeah. For now, we're gonna say goodbye.
Thank you for watching. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Saito-san more. The cameraman came back to say goodbye. Bye bye.